And we're live. So today I want to take a respite from like serious Jeet Kune discussion and share with you some lighthearted intelligence from around the internet, right? Stuff that I deal with on an almost daily basis. And I apologize for the late start. I was out doing some real world errands. All right, so hello everyone. This is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Rebel, and welcome to the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast number 93. This is part 2. Last week we talked about flash over substance, right? And I said I would do a part 2. So today's subtitle is Bruce Lee Real Fights and other online commentaries on Jeet Kune. So as you guys are logging in, Alan Cook, welcome. If you'd be kind enough to say where you're logging in from and hit the like button, and feel free to continue hitting the like button throughout the broadcast. So like I said, we're just gonna have a good time today. Well, my idea of a good time, right? So I am on social media like almost every day nowadays. And in the past, I was like barely on it. And so a lot of what happens today, which is old hat for other people, is still kind of funny to me, right? So I'll tell you about the funniest thing that I've seen recently, in case you don't have time to be on the whole broadcast. You could just hear this one and then move on. So last night when we were discussing this, my student Zed reminded me about this technique of clickbait, right? Where you name your YouTube channel or the headline for your video or what have you in kind of a sensational way, right, to attract like more eyes and get more clicks and what have you. So there is this YouTube channel called Bruce Lee Real Fights, and I'll say right from the get-go that I don't doubt their admiration and even love for Bruce Lee, but I think their approach is a little bit funny, right? And so I wanted to examine it a little bit today. So they have this video, and the video is called "The Top 10 Bruce Lee Real Fights That Nobody Knows About." Right? So I'm gonna give you the title again: "The Top 10 Bruce Lee Real Fights That Nobody Knows About." And the first one is clips from Enter the Dragon and the fight with Sammo Hung. Now, Sammo is supposed to be talking about, I guess there's another video somewhere where he talks about some fight that he had with Bruce Lee, right? Where, it was over in like a split second or something, right? But the clips that they use, right, the stills that they use for this real fight is from the Sammo Hung fight scene with Bruce Lee at the beginning of Enter the Dragon, right? Now, but they do better. Fight number 2, real fight number 2, is Bruce Lee demonstrating with Taki Kimura at this is the 67 Long Beach Internationals, right? So it's a demonstration, Bruce Lee and Taki Kimura doing Chisao, and Bruce Lee is blindfolded, and the commentary on this thing is that here's Bruce Lee in a real fight with Taki Kimura. I won't tell you about 3, 4, 5, and 6, but number 7 is supposed to be a video of Bruce Lee in a tournament fight. Bruce Lee in a tournament fight against Skipper Mullins. And so they talk about, how Skipper Mullins was like one of the best kickers on the tournament scene back in that era. And so here's Bruce Lee in a real fight against Skipper Mullins. So it's kind of funny, right, that they named themselves that, but apparently I don't know if they're connected to the people who put out, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that they are, but I don't know if they're connected to the people who put out a video that was called Bruce Lee's only real MMA fight, right? And it was like new amazing footage. And again, it's the demonstration, the sparring demonstration with Sifu and Asano at the 67 Internationals, right? So what apparently if you put real fight and Bruce Lee, you get like hundreds or thousands or millions of views or something. So that's what that's what these people are doing. But the surprising thing, and a little bit the dangerous thing, is that I discovered that there's a whole generation of people out there who know little to nothing about Bruce Lee and Jeet Kune history. So some people are not smart enough to recognize scenes from a movie or video footage of a demonstration, or even when it's not the real Bruce Lee in the video. So they just eat up all this stuff. And unless there's somebody out there who corrects the record, right, and does something to counteract the effect of all this misinformation, we could find Jeet Kune Do to be in some trouble, right? So that's the real fight thing. But there's this, I guess she's somewhat of an internet phenomenon. Cynthia Candranaya, or so. I think she's a Pencak Silat stylist or whatever. So there's a video of her doing an incredible one finger push-up. So if that's real, it's really incredible, right? So somebody puts up a video of that, and somebody says, Bruce Lee did that on his little finger. Okay, so she's doing it on her index finger, and somebody, now I hope these are just what Zed told me, the internet trolls, right? But so the guy says Bruce Lee did that on his little finger. And another guy says, but did he really? Because I've only seen footage of him doing thumb plus forefinger, so like a two finger one. And the guy says, oh, that's a good question, because I didn't see it, and I could never do it myself, but Bruce Lee was said to do 100 of them. This is what's going on the internet, folks, right? So I have kind of appointed myself, to be somewhat of a Bruce Lee historian, but of course, in doing the Jeet Kune Do dialogues, I share that responsibility with a lot of my dialogue partners and what have you. But there is another place on the internet. So I years ago started volunteering to answer questions about specifically Bruce Lee and Jeet Kune Do, and then martial art in general. And it was at a thing called All Experts, and then All Experts kind of folded, I think, into this thing called Quora. So I'm kind of what should I say, an authority, a Bruce Lee authority over on Quora. I have one question. I checked the stats on it today. So this answer that I gave about Bruce Lee has been viewed over 200,000 times, and it's been thumbs up, right? Like upvoted almost 8,000 times. But I just want to read off to you guys, and I might tackle some of these questions in another issue of the broadcast. But here are some of the questions that float around the internet about Bruce Lee, right? So this one's pretty harmless. Why did Bruce Lee use nunchucks in his movies? This is a very common theme in this one. If Bruce Lee was alive today in his prime, could anyone beat him? There's another one, why didn't Bruce Lee like karate? This one I found fascinating. Are Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee specially trained in martial arts or not? Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. People are actually wondering if they're actually trained in martial art. This one is Jeet Kune Do a fake martial art? And then this one was pretty funny. Did Bruce Lee pay his personal assistants to say he was a real life martial artist? That is an actual question on the internet, right? Then there's talk about some supposed fight with a Filipino grandmaster named Ramos, and he's supposed to have beaten Bruce Lee or something. And this last one, this one's pretty, the title of this one is The Real Fight of Bruce Lee's Story. And what it is, it's a video on it's a snippet really of Bruce Lee's genealogy, and it shows his lineage back to a Jewish guy, right? And essentially, it's really just a little clip to promote Matthew Pauly's book. It's actually pretty interesting, right? But I don't understand why it's titled Bruce, The Real Fight of Bruce Lee, unless it was like the real fight against being Jewish or part Jewish or something, right? Okay, so that's it, right? Like I said, we just want to have a little bit of fun today. So feel free to share, comment, like it, don't like it, ask me questions if you want. I'll review everything after posting. Sign up for notifications for when we go live here on Facebook, and please subscribe and hit the notification bell over on the YouTube, the channels for both not both, for all three of the podcasts, the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast, the Jeet Kune Do dialogues, and the FMA files. Follow me on Twitter at Dwight Woods and on Instagram at Dwight D. Woods. At ilovejeetkunዶ.com, Quick Skill Series Volume 1 available. Come back later tonight on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page. Episode number 2 of the FMA files with Guru Guy Chase. This is going to be a good one. So that's in a couple hours at 6 p.m. On Friday, September 13th, we will do Jeet Kune Dialogues episode with Russell Leak of Underdog MMA. So he will chime in on the use of Jeet Kune training methods for mixed martial arts competition. That'll be on Friday at 6 p.m. Today's a russet day. You've seen this one before. All right. Okay. And I'll see you back here next time that I see you. Okay. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. This is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Rebel, signing off. Take care.